Coming up on WUFT's First at 5, economic concerns in East Gainesville addressed at a public meeting. How the proposed changes could affect you and your local business.
We have security here at this home.
Plus, a single mother's dream comes true. Learn about Habitat for Humanity's work in Alachua County on a personal level.
And controversy over when your child could start school. How elected officials are handling a potential lack of resources. First at 5 starts right now.
First at 5 from the University of Florida's College of Journalism and Communication. You're watching WUFT News.
The NAACP wants the East Gainesville community to have the same access to resources and services as other areas of the city. Welcome to WUFT's First at 5. I'm Bailey Korinek.
And I'm Eva Garcia. The group gathered last night to address retail options and opportunities, but they say there was a noticeable amount of people absent, city leaders. WFT's Emilio Boutros is live from the Eastside Community Center. Emilio, you met with the chapter's president who broke down exactly what the group is requesting from the city.
The president of the local NAACP says neighbors are frustrated with the number of liquor stores in East Gainesville. She told me that number seems to be rising. People who live on this side say it's time for change. More than 80 community members were at the meeting where they discussed retail and economic development in East Gainesville. The meeting was sparked due to growing discontent from community members over what they describe as the abundance of liquor stores in the area. They say it hurts the economy and prosperity of the community. President of the NAACP, Evelyn Fox, joined the organization when she was a teenager. She says the community doesn't need any more liquor stores.
We don't have a family-style restaurant. We don't have a bank. We don't have any type of retail there, only food trucks and liquor stores.
At the end of the meeting, it was decided a focus group will be created to better understand the issue and further the mission in revitalizing the area with locally owned businesses. City commissioners were invited by the organization, but were not able to attend. The city previously decided to expand shuttles in East Gainesville through the Mobility on Demand initiative, make renovations to Citizens Field, as well as expanding health services in the area. Fox told me that the focus groups are set to begin in 2 weeks to have a swift start to the initiative. Live from the Clarence R. Kelly Center, Emilio Boutros, WFT News.
A 15-year-old Buchholz High School student is facing charges after Alachua County deputies say the student posted messages online Monday threatening a school shooting. A school resource officer went to the student's home where the reports say she admitted to posting the messages and said she had no intentions to carry out the threat. The student was taken to a juvenile detention center to face charges.
A man convicted of kidnapping and murdering a woman in Miami is set to be executed next month at Florida State Prison. Governor Ron DeSantis signed the death warrant for Michael Tanzi. Back in 2000, he attacked Jeanette Acosta while she was parked in her car. Tanzi bound, gagged, and sexually assaulted Acosta before strangling her. This makes the third death warrant signed by the governor this year. And deputies in Columbia County say a correctional officer trainee tried to smuggle them into a prison in Suwannee County. Deputies arrested Jacqueline Thomas after discovering crystal meth and marijuana in her possession. She is currently in the Columbia County Jail.
Superintendent Dr. Diane Gullett is leaving Marion County Public Schools at the end of the current school year. Marion County's first ever appointed superintendent submitted her letter of resignation to the county school board Monday evening. Gullett joined MCPS in July 2020 in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. She offered no details on the reason for her departure, but indicated her last day with the district will be July 11th. In her resignation letter, Gullett emphasized her commitment to ensuring a smooth transition to her successor. School board members are beginning their search for a new superintendent now.
Let's take a live look over at I-75 at Paynes Prairie. Your commute home looks to be under clear skies. From sweater weather in the morning to sun and short sleeves during the day, it's been warming up in Gainesville. Let's head over to WFT's Matthew Clark to see if the heat is here to stay.
Yeah, it's actually a beautiful afternoon right now overlooking that campus, Cam. Not even a cloud in sight. Got some light winds from the north. It is just a beautiful spring Florida afternoon. Temperature 77 degrees right now. It is just gorgeous outside, and there's really nothing much going on live satellite for the rest of Florida. So not just north central Florida, but all of Florida is experiencing this beautiful spring weather. It's going to stick like this for the next couple of days at least. Temperatures coupled with those blue skies are also very nice. 78 degrees in Ocala, 76 down in the villages. So coupled with those blue skies and mild temperatures and an extra hour of sunlight, it's just a beautiful evening to go outside and enjoy enjoy that extra hour of sunlight. Temperatures are going to drop into the upper 40s, clear night as we head into tonight and into tomorrow morning. We're going to be waking up into those upper 40s tomorrow morning again, but then we're going to quickly get back to the 80s as we head into the rest of the week, and some not so sunny Sunday weather coming up in a few minutes.
An affordable housing development broke ground this afternoon in southeast Gainesville. Jesse's Village is a 22-unit apartment complex developed by the Hutchinson Foundation. It's designed to provide housing to low-income families, specifically those who make less than 65% of the area's median income. This rate is also adjusted for family size.
This affordable housing project will allow them to be able to live in quality, affordable housing, and also provide them with the resources needed in order to live out their days.
The project is set to be completed by January 1st, 2026.
Gainesville's Affordable Housing Advisory Committee is meeting tonight to evaluate the funding requests for potential projects. The committee will give the city funding recommendations based on its evaluations. The City Commission has allocated over $3 million for the State Housing Initiative's partnership program. Based on evaluations made tonight, the committee can recommend approval of funding or reduce the number of applications at the next meeting.
A town commissioner election in Micanopy scheduled for today was canceled after the two incumbents ran unopposed. Judy Galloway and Gianna Williams will remain in their positions in seats 1 and 2 of the commission. Williams is also the town's appointed mayor. Plus, a special election in Marion County's 6th congressional district will be held on April 1st. The early voting period will start March 22nd, and the mail-in ballot request deadline is 5 p.m. on March 20th. The election will fill the spot left by former Representative Mike Waltz, the current National Security Advisor. The voting sites are on your screen now.
Florida senators are moving forward with a bill that would repeal requirements aimed at later daily start times in many high schools. A Senate committee voted 8-1 to approve a measure that would eliminate start time requirements scheduled to take effect in 2026. Lawmakers in 2023 approved the requirements, citing a need for older students to get more sleep. But as the deadline has neared, many school districts have said they are struggling to comply because of issues such as needing to buy buses and find bus drivers.
The feedback is overwhelming. A state mandate on school start times would present incredible challenges financially and otherwise.
Under the 2023 law, high schools could not start earlier than 8:30 a.m. and middle schools could not start earlier than 8 a.m.
Thanks to a $10,000 grant from State Farm, Alachua Habitat for Humanity is building a home for a single mom in Gainesville. Shadrika Muhammad has long dreamed of home ownership. Now she's getting that dream and a fresh start. The mom of 3 says she's faced rising rent and housing instability over the years. Now she partnered with Habitat and put in 250 hours to help build her home and others.
Just makes me happy because me and my kids and my family have somewhere we can call home, and we don't have to worry about rent going up like our previous apartment.
Alachua Habitat has built 187 homes and paid off 82 mortgages since 1986.
Coming up after the break, some local Alachua County restaurants will soon cater to a national audience. Diners, Drive-ins, and Dives will air its December visit to our neighborhood starting March 14th. Plus, the world-famous Clydesdale horses are galloping through north central Florida. Stay with us to see where you can catch them this week.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Live Oak International is back as the world's class competition brings family fun and showcases Budweiser fame.
WUFT's Radesha Robinson takes us to the event that's not just about horses, but also the community.
Albert the Clydesdale, not the gator. The famous horse is trotting his way through north central Florida and creating memories for families and influencing the economy.
16 nations, 200 horses, over 16,000 people, all in one weekend. Every year, Live Oak International transforms Ocala into an equestrian paradise.
It's unbelievable the support we get from the local community. I mean, we have 200 volunteers that come out just to help us put on this event too, and I think that really speaks for itself, and a lot of them have been coming longer than I'm alive to help support this event.
The impact extends beyond the event grounds. Pepe Supermarket and Restaurants manager noticed a difference.
We do see an uptick in both customers and I'm not sure if it's the shows at WEC or just in all the events going on around the area, but we do see an uptick that we take advantage of here. We tend to host a lot more events during those months as well.
This year, the event features majestic Budweiser Clydesdales, adding an extra element of excitement. Competitions in driving and show jumping attract thousands of spectators, creating ripple effects throughout the economy.
I always say it's a family-run event because Chester and I are putting it on, but those volunteers at this point, they're also family because this is as much their hard work as it is ours.
The first place winner gets more than $50,000. Organizers say it allows volunteers and local businesses to come together to create a unique, fostering sense of community and celebration.
If you want to catch Albert, you can catch him here this week in Live Oak International. Live in Ocala, Radesha Robinson, WUFT News.
All is quiet right now, but I'll be tracking our next weather system that's headed our way this weekend and how much rain we're going to get from it after the break.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
You guys, I'm not going to lie, I'm in a great mood right now because once we wrap, I am driving home for spring break.
Well, unlike the Lucky Bailey over here, I'll be in Gainesville all week. Matthew, can you tell me a little bit more about the weather this week?
Yeah, I mean, this week we're going to have a little bit of a roller coaster, but right now it is beautiful outside right now. If we want to look over that campus cam right now, there is not a cloud in sight. It is just a beautiful afternoon, 77 degrees, haven't hit 80. It's just perfect outside, and with an extra hour of daylight, it's just an even better time to go outside and enjoy this evening. 78 in Ocala right now, 77 over in Plaka, and 76 in Stark. Pretty mild temperatures across the boards. Those winds have died down from yesterday and from this afternoon. Only 9-mile-per-hour gusts right now in Gainesville. Light winds from the northwest and 12 miles per hour down in Ocala. So not nearly as windy as it was yesterday. Wind was blowing around everywhere yesterday, blowing people's hairs left, right, and center. But today, it's much calmer. Then that evening, it's going to be beautiful. Again, those temperatures are going to drop into the low 50s. Going to be a slight chill in the air. And again, with that extra hour of daylight, just perfect to go outside. Waking up tomorrow morning, though, not going to be as cold tomorrow morning as we were this morning, but 50 in Gainesville, 50 down in Ocala, and some upper 40s up in North Florida right now tomorrow morning, and we're going to heat up into the upper 70s tomorrow afternoon. 79 in Gainesville, just shy of 80, 78 down in Ocala. We're going to get some shade and some clouds as we head into Thursday morning, though. Some overhead clouds, a little bit warmer on Thursday morning, not too much of a difference there, and then we're going to have a slight cool down as it comes to Thursday afternoon, just a couple degrees, again, not too noticeable. We're going to have some clouds on Thursday afternoon. We're tracking another front that's moving its way. It's going to form tomorrow morning in the Midwest. It's going to start to move its way across into the east parts of the Mississippi River Valley, bringing in some strong storms to that area. It's also going to bring in some showers into the southeast and some clouds into our area on Thursday afternoon before we're tracking our next front on Friday. But on Friday, not going to be there quite yet. We're going to be in the 80s. Those 80s are going to be back. Look at that, 83 in Ocala on Friday and 81 here in Gainesville, so it's going to be pretty warm. Now we're tracking this system as it moves its way further to the east towards our area, so pretty strong storms in the Mississippi River Valley Saturday afternoon. I want to point out on Saturday afternoon we're going to have some clouds, but it's going to be pretty warm, and then some strong thunderstorms Sunday afternoon. We're going to start feeling those effects Sunday afternoon into Sunday night. And then on Saturday, it's going to be hot, it's going to be warm, it's going to be great to go outside on Saturday. Sunday, though, those rain chances are going to increase as we head into the afternoon hours, so not the greatest time to go outside. Rain for the next 7 days, we're just going to project to about a half an inch here in Gainesville. So it's just going to be another line that moves in, and it's going to cool us down a little bit. So look at that, 86 on Saturday, and then 60% chance of rain on Sunday before we're back in the low 70s by early next week.
If you haven't claimed your tax refund from 2021, the IRS is saying you're running out of time. A new report says 70,000 Floridians need to claim more than $60 million in refunds before they expire in April. Refunds belong to those who did not file Form 1040 the next year. And average refund is more than $700. Officials say the only way to make your claim is by filing that tax return.
Several Alachua County eateries will be featured on the first episodes of a popular Food Network show later this week. Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives host Guy Fieri visited local spots such as Fehrenbacher's Meats and Eats, Jermaine's Chicken Sandwiches, and Humblewood Fire Bagel Shop back in December. County leaders say after serving as a film location for a Netflix show, Alachua County has supported different film projects over the past 5 years. African, Sicilian, and Sausage will be the first episode to air, featuring Fehrenbacher's Meats and Eats on Friday, March 14th at 9 p.m.
And coming up in sports, we're talking Gator football. From DJ Lagway being limited in practice to Coach Napier adding a new co-defensive coordinator. Plus, there are 3 contenders competing for the backup spot alongside DJ. All that and more after the break.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Welcome to sports. I'm Alexis Tadros. We're going to kick this Tuesday off talking about some Gator football. Coach Napier and co. have their 3rd spring practice this afternoon, and fans are still concerned as DJ Lagway has not tossed a football. And on the defensive side of the ball, Florida has a new co-defensive coordinator and inside linebackers coach, Robert Bala. Our Shelby Hotz is live at practice, and she has more about DJ and the newest addition to the coaching staff.
That's right, Alexis. There's been some worry in the air over our man under center, who has not been throwing in the previous 2 spring practices. Hopefully we'll see Lagway back at full force at practice today. On the defensive end of things, the Gators welcome a new co-defensive coordinator in Robert Bala. Bala brings 16 years of coaching experience to the Florida Gators, and he will work closely with the inside linebackers after holding the same role at Washington and a linebackers coaching position at Alabama under Nick Saban. In 2024, Bala took the Huskies to the Sun Bowl and mentored 2 third-team All-Big Ten linebackers. He also guided Bama to a college football playoff berth in 2023. Bala will work closely with the Florida defense to hopefully deliver an encouraging performance at this year's Orange and Blue game set for April 12th. Until then, the Gators will continue their spring practices right here. Live from the Hefner Football Complex, Shelby Hotz, WUFT.
Taking it to the mat now, the number 3 ranked Gators are wrapping up their 2025 regular season competition this Friday when they host number 10 ranked Kentucky. It will be an emotional night in the O-Dome as Gator fans say farewell to some seniors. 2 of the most notable being Sloan Blakely and Leanne Wong. Associate head coach Owen Field says he is hoping it's a night full of happy emotions for the girls.
Senior night's always special. Like, it's the last time they get to compete in front of their home crowd here in the O'Connell Center. And there's a lot of emotions that are felt on those nights. And hopefully it's a lot of happy memories of, what has been and what's to come in the future as well.
Cats are the 5th top 10 opponent for Florida this season, and they hit the mat at 6:45 on Friday. Moving over to the mound, Florida baseball heads to unbeaten Florida State this evening, which will mark the first of 3 meetings between the 2 teams this season. The Gators will start pitcher Billy Barlow in place of Pierce Capola, who is facing an undisclosed injury that occurred during their Miami series. First pitch is set for 6 p.m. There are some local notable high school matchups this evening as well. Forest at Max Preps' number 1 ranked Buchholz, who have yet to lose a game. Dixie County at Trenton, Newberry at Denellen, Fort White at Bell, and Interlochen at Williston. 6 Gators made a splash on day 1 of the NCAA Zone B Championships, securing 6 NCAA championship berths for men's and women's swim. Those athletes are Camila Monroe, Peyton Donald, Jesus Gonzalez, and Connor Gessing. The competition continues today with men's platform prelims at 4:30 and finals at 6:15. And one final note, Walter Clayton Jr. was added to first team All-SEC, and Alex Condon earned second team honors this week. A final look at your forecast is coming up after the break.
We have a gradual warm-up through our midweek before we reach the mid-80s on Saturday, before we see our next front move its way through on Sunday afternoon into Sunday night and into parts of early Monday morning before a slight cool down next week. Going to be a pretty great week for spring weather.
Thanks, Matthew, and thank you for joining us. We're back here tomorrow for another edition of First at 5.
But your North Central Florida news is always on at WUFT.org and on all of our social media platforms. Have a great night.